So we're all back together again, fresh still in our minds, those memories, the unbelievable highs, the unforgettable lows. And as the sides return to cross swords for the first time again, we just remind ourselves of the magic of this game. This is what it does to you. It keeps bringing you back, no matter what. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for... Great chance! Rudiger completing his first century of appearances here today, and that has not gone unnoticed.
Yeah, this is the first big landmark he'll hit, Peter, so I'm not sure...
Oh, smashing header! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Kaka clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Brazil with the corner, there first. Cleared away. Leganes are looking to go forward now. Ruben Peña. Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now he's got space here. That has been knocked clear. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Out towards the flank. It's been a pretty high-octane start, at least from one side's perspective.
Yeah, it's a good start, Peter, and they look hungry for goals, and they'll be aware of having to capitalise in such a good spell.
Araujo. That's good play. Kaka. Kaka will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Suarez was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. That's a good ball. Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing. That is good alertness. Neither side yet able to find the net. Xavi Alonso. And they can counter here. He's going all the way! Well seen, saw that coming. Suarez with an air of confidence about him, a certain swagger. Well, Yamal! Goal, Brazil! A truly super goal, what a spiky hit that was.
Oh, give me this every week. The technical ability was superb, and you can see he meant every bit of this.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
Defending of the desperate variety, played with finesse. Now this could be a chance. Now it's Yamal. Brazil do have a chance to counter here. Brazil do seem to have a very clear game plan here, Jim.
Yeah, they're set up to play those long balls from deep, Peter. The front men have certainly been busy making the runs beyond that defence.
Well, it's a tried and tested formula, OK, but very demanding too.
Well, you need your boys up front to work extremely hard, and you need to get the passing right as well.
And Stoichkov! He has done it! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! A truly wicked strike, nigh on perfection.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
Brazil are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Nicely shaped ball.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Kaká. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Stoichkov delivers. Chooses to go back. He's tried one! Coming up to half-time, leading, and things are looking pretty good. Well read, nice interception. Araujo is very much of the non-shell pass school of defending. And it's Stoichkov. No way through. Kaká! It's a carbon copy of the previous miss.
Oh, they're just unrelenting, Peter. Wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
Passes coming off in quick succession here. Steaming on goalwards. Nicely aimed pass. Oh, they can break here. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. So your views on the first half?
Well, Peter, at 2-0, you're faced with the choice of just trying to see the match out or forcing the issue even further. I'd always be inclined to go for the latter, go for a third, especially with a full half of football still to play.
Brazil in control at half-time, 2-0. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half. Pass somewhat off target. Diawara.
There's a real tenacity about their defensive play, and it's up close and personal.
Xavi Alonso. Delicate ball, and it needs to be. And that's gone behind for a goal kick. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Oh, he's burst through. Now there's a fine ball. And a chance! It's in! The second half sparked straight into life. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Oh, that was beautifully done. They were ready to pounce, and they were clinical when the opportunity presented itself.
Camisa 23.
Leganes get themselves back into contention.
What a difference a half-time rocket from the manager can make. This is exactly the response he'd be looking for.
Looking for the run. Now it's Kaká. Can he finish? That is decidedly lacking.
And he didn't even manage to test the keeper.
Ruben Peña. That has ended up in no man's land. And it's made its way to him. So 2-1 now, and things have got a whole lot more enthralling here.
Yeah, this is a real psychological test now that will tell us whether one side buckles and the other kicks on.
Hoisted upfield by the keeper. And it's Kaká. And here's Stoichkov. That's really well cleared. Triol. Rudiger. Diawara. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
It's a searching pass. Oh, that's fabulous. Now the delivery. Oh, well played, well played. And now the breakaway. Just a quarter of an hour to play. Kaká. Xavi Alonso. And this is Stoichkov. And Stoichkov! Oh! Fantastic! About as smooth as it gets. And that should do it! Within sight of the finish line. It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
Leganes can now introduce the first of their substitutes.
Well, to wait until now to make this change seems a bit baffling. He's expecting the miraculous to turn this around from here.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
Well, that's pretty much sealed it now, and surely, Peter, we're not going to see any complacency after that.
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Kaká making good progress on the right-hand side. And it's Kaká. Tries to pass it through. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Tries to play it through. Oh, shooting chance! A real chance and a real let-off.
I can't quite believe he's missed that, Peter.
Kaká going face-to-face with his great rival. Xavi Alonso. Just 5 minutes left. And the counter is on. Xavi Alonso. Ambitious ball here. Oh, well played, well sorted out.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Kaká, little pass back.
Really got in his face there, and it was well played.
Foram indicados 2 minutos de acréscimo.
Edmilson. Kaká has created one goal already. Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple. He's on it. Can he get away? And that will be the final act. Well, don't you just love it when a plan comes together? Victory never in doubt in the mind of the mastermind in all of this. A solid win, which will be welcomed all round. Stoichkov picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there. Your reflections then, Jim?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows he set his attack up perfectly, and the players carried out his instructions to the letter, it would seem. Everything working very nicely.
So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening.
Senhoras e senhores, pedimos que tomem conta de seus filhos durante a partida.